Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Ahmadiyyah TV presents More Than Meets the Third Eye. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at QueenAhmadiyyah, on Instagram at divine_goddess_27, Brighton Patreon Melanated People at Queen Ahmadiyyah, and Twitter at dgoddess27. Hello, Brandon, Kissed by the Sun, Terry, Howard, Pearly, Nevermind 56, Cherokee Descendant King, Vince I Am, Millie, Favorable Child. Okay, Terry Hinton. Thank you all for tuning in. Judah Queen, West, AB the Greats. All right, so let's get into it, Louise. Let's get into it. So I'm sorry for being late, people, but I deleted the PowerPoint right as I was almost done making it. So I had to start over. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it because I told you we're going to talk about mental health issues. You know, this is like a rollover from the last live that I did, okay, on the Queen Ahmadiyyah TV show. So we're going to talk about mental health issues. All right, so let's get into it. I have a PowerPoint. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen so you all can see that. Everyone, please like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you in advance. Okay, the importance of mental health. So let's talk about it. What is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, how we relate to others, and how we make our choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood through adolescence, throughout adulthood. That's why I told you on the last live how important it is to talk to your children about their mental health. You know, if you see them, their grades are dropping, they're being withdrawn, they're not being socially interactive with their friends, they're just, you know, quiet all the time, don't really want to talk, seem like something's bothering them, that might be a good time for you to talk to them about mental health issues. Hopefully you'll have discussed it with them before they start exhibiting any symptoms of it, so that you can, you know, be ahead of it, right? And so they'll feel more comfortable coming to you. Because if they know that they've already had this discussion, then they'll be more likely to come and sit down and talk to you about any issues they may be having. Now, why is mental health important for overall health? Mental and physical health are equally important components of overall health, as I told you before. For example, depression increases the risk of many types of physical health issues, particularly long-lasting conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. And very much so because mental illness creates stress, anxiety, different types of things going on in the mind, in the brain, right? And we all know that having stress can cause you to have high blood pressure, heart palpitations, can make you have a stroke, heart attacks. So yes, it is absolutely important for your mental health to be on point, for you to be as concerned about your mental health as your physical health, because the mental affects the physical. How common are mental illnesses? Mental illnesses are among the most common health conditions in the United States. Now, more than 50% will be diagnosed with a mental illness or disorder at some point in their lifetime. 1 in 5 Americans will experience a mental illness within a given year. 1 in 5 children, either currently or at some point during their life, have had a seriously debilitating mental illness. 1 in 25 Americans, they live with a serious mental illness, such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or depression. And some people also suffer from OCD, right? Obsessive compulsive disorder, where they have to do things like so many times, or they constantly or paranoid about things. They have to have everything a specific way. Everything has to be in some type of order. That's also a mental illness, and it's usually caused, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving you medical advice. This is just something that I read and researched, but it is sometimes caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain. Now, what causes mental illness? There's no single cause for mental illness. There's numerous of them. A number of factors can contribute to risk or put you at risk for mental illness, such as early adverse life experiences, such as trauma or a history of abuse. For example, child abuse, sexual assault, witnessing violence. I spoke about these things earlier on the other channel. Experiences related to other ongoing medical conditions, such as cancer or diabetes. These things can take a toll on people's mental well-being. When you know that you are physically sick and you may be suffering from, physical ailments like cancer, something that is a chronic condition, things like that also affect the mental health, because you become sometimes you become depressed, right? Worried, anxious, and things like that. You suffer from anxiety. It takes you to a low place. These things can negatively impact our mental health. Biological factors or chemical imbalances in the brain. That's something I just spoke about, right? Sometimes these things like OCD come from chemical imbalances in the brain. Use of alcohol or drugs. Now, when people are abusing, I won't say using, but when people are abusing alcohol, because you can drink socially, you may be someone who drinks every now and then. That's not usually a problem. But people who drink obsessively, right? People who drink all the time, who have alcohol issues, those people can have mental illnesses due to the alcohol, because these things alter our thinking. When you are drunk, you're inebriated, and you're not in your right frame of mind. Also, especially doing drugs, mind-altering drugs. Those things can have you or cause you to have mental illnesses. Having feelings of loneliness or isolation. This is very true. These things cause psychological damage. Now, let's look at an example of people being in prison. So sometimes when people are in prison, they may get into trouble. They may be put in what they call the hole, which means they're going to be put in solitary confinement. When you're separated, isolated from other people, you don't hear other people's voices. You have no one to sit and talk to. You're not seeing other people. These things can start taking a toll on your mental well-being. That's why many people who are put in solitary confinement for extensive periods of time start to develop mental issues. They become paranoid. Some of them may become schizophrenic. I mean, all types of things. Their mind literally starts playing tricks on them. So these are just some of the things that can cause it. Mental health issues. Now, 10 things to do for your mental health. These are the things. Now, we talked about the problem. The problem is mental health issues. The problem is also not addressing these issues, not seeking help and treatment for these issues, not acknowledging these issues, and really sweeping them under the rug. Just thinking that you can go on and just deal with these things, keeping these issues bottled up inside. That's not ever any good for you. So now let's talk about some of the things that you can do to alleviate these issues. If you're going through anything like this, or if you know someone who is, right? 10 things to do for your mental health. Number 1, value yourself. Treat yourself with kindness and respect, and avoid self-criticism. Make time for your hobbies and favorite projects, or broaden your horizons. Do a daily crossword puzzle, plant a garden, take dance lessons, learn to play an instrument, or become fluent in another language. These things are all very beneficial, and I have done all of these things. And now I'm not saying that you have to do all of these things or that you even should, but these are just some of the things, because these things make you busy. People start to suffer from mental anguish and depression and all of those things when they are sitting alone by themselves, and they just fester on the negative aspects of their lives, the trauma and the things that they have gone through. These things start to take a toll. When you're just sitting by yourself and you don't really have anything to keep you occupied, your mind focuses sometimes on the negative, and these things become a problem. So if you're actively, speaking positive affirmations about yourself, and I tell you this all the time, say positive things about yourself, think positively, and surround yourself with positive people. All of these things can positively impact your mental health. Okay. Now, that's just one of the things. Now, number two, take care of your body. Taking care of yourself physically can improve your mental health. You can be sure to eat nutritious meals, avoid smoking and vaping, right? Drink plenty of water, exercise, which helps decrease depression and anxiety and improves your mood. Exercising is very beneficial. It's also very healthy, right? Now, get enough rest. Some people don't sleep enough. And another thing is when you're depressed, sometimes you can't sleep when you're suffering from depression, when you have a lot on your mind. But some people are the opposite. Some people, when they're depressed, all they do is sleep. So these things affect people different ways. Joe 32 says, thank you, Queen. You're welcome, beloved. Thank you for tuning in. Now, get enough sleep. Researchers believe that lack of sleep contributes to a high rate of depression among college students. And you know, college students don't get a lot of sleep often because being someone who is a college student myself would be because they like, you know, sometimes they're going out partying on the weekends and staying up late. And then, you know, they have class Monday, they're stressed out. A lot of times they're up because they have strenuous work to turn in, right? And they're up working on homework, and you know they may be stressed out about not being able to figure out the issues or the assignment, maybe worried that their grades are going to drop and things like that. That's just some examples. Okay, number three, surround yourself with good people. People with strong family or social connections are generally healthier than those who lack a support network. This is why I tell you it's very important to talk to your friends. I mean, not your friends, I'm sorry, to talk to your children, because children often keep things to themselves and they don't know how to deal and cope with certain things, especially if they're being bullied and things like that. And we've seen a lot of children lately committing suicide because they were being bullied. Maybe if someone had sat down and spoken with them, you know, they would have realized that the child was depressed, that they were suffering in silence, and that they were having mental anguish because of the things that were being done to them. And maybe these children could have been helped. That's why it's always important to talk to children. You know, young people are the most vulnerable because they have less life experiences and less ways of knowing how to handle things. Now, surround yourself with positive people. People with good, strong family or social connections are generally healthier than those who lack support networks. Make plans with supportive family members and friends, or seek out activities where you can meet new people, such as a club, a class, or a support group. Because human interaction is very important to your mental well-being. And that goes back to what I said about prisoners being in solitary confinement. You have no human interaction. You're isolated and completely by yourself, left to your own vices. Your mind can start playing tricks on you. You start to become paranoid. You may be hearing things that aren't there, seeing things that aren't there. Those type of things. Number four, give yourself. Volunteer your time and energy to help someone else. You'll feel good about doing something tangible to help someone in need, and it's a great way to meet new people. These are some of the things you can do. If you are someone who likes to, you know, help people, you could talk to elderly people in a nursing home. Those people are lonely. Some of them don't have people to come visit them. They don't have family and friends to come and visit them. I used to do that. I used to go to nursing homes and talk to elderly people just to keep their spirits up. Read poetry to them and things like that. These are just some of the things you can do. Whatever you find that fills the void, that positively, that is, not alcohol and drugs, because that's how some people fill voids, right? Some people go out and just be promiscuous, go out here looking for love in all the wrong places because they feel alone and they're depressed or whatever, and they go out here and become promiscuous. There's a lot of things that people do when they're suffering from mental illness and when they're especially depressed. They feel unloved and unwanted and things like that. But none of those things, drugs, sex, alcohol, none of those things are the answer to your mental woes. Thinking positively, speaking positive affirmations upon yourself, surrounding yourself with positive people who have your best interest in mind, and getting help from a licensed psychologist or psychiatrist if you feel that you need to, those are the best things to do. Now, learn how to deal with stress. Like it or not, stress is a part of life. Practice good coping skills. Try 1-minute stress strategies. Do Tai Chi exercise. Take a nature walk. Play with your pet or try journal writing as a stress reducer. Also, remember to smile and see the humor in life. Research shows that laughter can boost your immune system. It can ease pain and relax your body and reduce stress. Laughter truly is the best medicine, people. You should always try to be happy and have your vibrations high on a high level of frequency. These things help your mental health, right? Positively impact your mental health. Because I'm sure if we wanted to, listen, if any of us, if we wanted to just sit around and think about something sad, we could. We've all had sad things happen in our lives, and we could sit here and we could harp on the sad, traumatic things and events that have happened in our lives. We could sit there and focus on that, but what good is it going to do? It's only going to make you feel bad. It's only going to remind you of things that, didn't turn out the way you had hoped or expected. And it's only going to put you in a low vibrational frequency. With that all being said, we should be thinking positively and high vibrational. And even if things are going bad, don't look at it as if they're going to stay that way, because there's always room for improvement. Things can always change. The whole world that you are in can just turn around, and everything can be different if you just give it time. But don't settle for circumstances that you don't want. Work and put forth the effort to change them. Number 6, quiet your mind. Try meditating, mindfulness, and or prayer, right? Relaxation, exercises, and prayer can improve your state of mind and your outlook on life. In fact, research shows that meditation may help you feel calm and enhance the effects of therapy. And this is all very true. I told you all it's best to try to meditate at least 10 minutes a day, whether if you do it in the morning when you rise or at night before you rest. Queen, I remember these people recommended me to put this machine on my head and rearrange my brain. I had never heard of that. I was scared as hell, LOL. I never heard of that either, beloved. Hopefully they were professionals who knew what they were doing. I don't know. I never heard of any such thing. But thank you for the insight, beloved, and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings to you. When you're seeking help from people, professionals, make sure these people are licensed and know what they're doing also. Now, number 7, set realistic goals. Decide what you want to achieve academically, professionally, and personally, and write down the steps you need to realize your goals. Aim high, but be realistic and don't overschedule. You'll enjoy a tremendous sense of accomplishment and self-worth as you progress toward your goal. And I told you this before, whether you set long-term goals or short-term goals, write down your goals and then mark off each one that you meet. Number 8, break up the monotony. Now, although our routines make us more efficient and enhance our feelings of security and safety, a little change of pace can perk up a tedious schedule. Alter your jogging routes. Plan a road trip. Take a walk in a different park. Hang some new pictures, or try a new restaurant. Just trying something different. Don't do the same thing all the time every day. Try to switch it up a bit, because sometimes the same old gets boring, right? And that can start to take a toll on your mental health as well. Number 9, avoid alcohol and drugs, right? Keep alcohol use to a minimum and avoid other drugs. Sometimes people use alcohol and other drugs to self-medicate, but in reality, alcohol and other drugs only aggravate problems. Listen, you can sit there and say, I don't want to deal with reality. I don't want to face my problems. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to deal with these people. So I'm just going to go over here and drink. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do some drugs because this is going to take me out of that mindset. I'm not going to be in reality. I want to avoid reality, right? You can go out there and you can do those things, but here's the thing. Once the alcohol and the drugs wear off, you're right back where you started. You still have these same issues. They didn't go anywhere. You may have just forgotten about them for the time being because you were on a high or because you were tipsy. But at the end of the day, those problems are not going anywhere. And including alcohol and drug in the mix of mental health issues, depression, or any other traumas that are going on in your life only exasperates them. It's only going to make those things worse. Now, the 10th thing you can do is get help when you need it. Seeking help is a sign of strength. It's not a weakness. Some people feel like they're weak if they are having a mental crisis or if they're having mental health issues. No, it takes a strong person to admit that they're having issues and to admit that they need help, that they need someone to assist them. That takes strength to do that. It's not a weakness. And it's important to remember that treatment is effective. People who get appropriate care can recover from mental illness and addiction and lead full, rewarding lives. And that is all up to you. If you seek help, take the help as it is given. Stay positive in a high level of frequency, and know that you are worth more and you deserve more, and that you can improve your circumstances. Don't let things hold you back, and don't listen to pessimistic people who tell you negative things. You alone have to decide what's best for you. You have to come to the realization, if you're having any type of mental health issues, you have to come to the realization, am I going to deal with this by myself? Am I just going to keep this all inside? Or do I want to go get help? The sooner you get help, the better. And if you know someone who's going through something like this, talk to them about getting help, right? Try to help them yourself. But if they need professional help, try to talk them into getting it, because these are serious issues and they absolutely are important for the rest of your well-being, physical especially, right? Because like I said before, if your mental health is not intact, nothing else is going to be intact, because the mind leads the body, right? The mind leads the body. So if your mind is telling you you're depressed, you're not worthy, you need to kill yourself and all these types of things, that's clearly you need help. You need some type of psychiatric evaluation, right? If you're going through those things. But also at the same time, when you're stressing yourself and worried about all these things and having low vibrational frequencies and energies, that's making your body sick. That's making your health bad. Causes heart issues, strokes, and all types of other ailments. And that's why they say the word disease, because you're not able to be at ease. When you have traumas that you're going through or that you keep replaying in your mind, things that you've never healed from, things that were said or done to you that you've never gotten over, that you have no resolve, no resolution for, these things stay in your mind, and they can lead to mental health issues, right? Traumas. And so it's always best to get help, and know that you're not the only one. There's numerous people in the world that suffer from mental health issues. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. If you have mental health issues, it's nothing that you need to hide. In fact, if you can speak boldly about it and talk to other people about it, you can actually save someone else from going through something traumatic. You can actually encourage someone else to seek the help that they need. So that is the best thing. And yes, Cole says being unhappy. Yes, when you're unhappy, absolutely low vibrational. One of the best things, Wokeman says, meditation and proper breathing helps my mental state of being. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why it is very important to meditate. Prayer and meditation are almost the same. They're almost the same, because when you meditate, you're quietening the mind, removing all the chaos and clutter that you have been thinking about and going through, and just relaxing, right? And trying to manifest and think positive thoughts. And also, prayer is when you're making a spiritual connection with the Most High, whomever your God is, whomever you call God, right? Whatever you call your God, you're making a spiritual connection with a higher power. And you're talking about the things that you want and how you want things to be, or you're asking for the things that you need, if you need help and guidance and all of those things. So it's very important to pray, and also very important to meditate. These things absolutely positively impact your spiritual health and well-being. Okay? So with that all being said, I hope you all got something from this. And again, if you know anyone who's suffering from mental health issues, or if you yourself are suffering from mental health issues, please reach out to someone to get the help that you need. Don't suffer in silence, because I promise you, things will only eventually get worse unless you treat the problem. And you need to find out what is the root of the issue. It could be something subconsciously that you don't even know is affecting you. So that's why sometimes we need to get psychiatric help. We need to get evaluated, need help from the professionals who are skilled at this, right? Vince I Am said, after hitting rock bottom, I chose to fight and never looked back. I needed the help and I was ready to receive it after I stopped my pride, which was preventing me from doing something about it. Absolutely, beloved. That's very good. That's excellent. And I am happy for you. Okay, Wes says, hold on. Wes says depression is different from one person to the next, but have same foundation, the inability to do things. Yes. That's pretty much true. Now, Silent D says, great broadcast. Thank you so much, Queen. This was much needed. Thank you, beloved. Thank you for your kind words. Favorable Child says, yes, I got a lot out of it, Queen. You're always dropping jewels. Thank you, beloved, for your kind words. October says, great life. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you all for your kind words. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that this is helping you all. And so with that all being said, I'm going to conclude the broadcast. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow because I'm going to be doing more videos on this channel. All right. I'm going to try to do videos on here every day. Sometimes I may be slacking, but I try to be on here every day. All right. So with that all being said, enjoy the rest of this lovely evening. Stay high vibrational. Do something productive and constructive, never destructive. Remember to keep the Most High first in your life. Make time for yourself. Make time to quiet your mind. Also, do brain exercises. Your brain is like when you go to the gym and you work out and you build muscles by working out. Your brain is the same way. Use your brain. Work out your brain. You can do crossword puzzles, right? Things that make you think. Trivia games. Exercise your brain and your mind, okay? To keep it intact. And thank the Most High every day that you get up in your right frame of mind, because there's some people who get up and they're not in the right frame of mind. And I'm going to tell you like this. One of the most important things about myself is my mind. That's one of the favorite things that is the favorite thing about myself is my mind. That is very important to me. I always want to be in control of my thoughts, my own decision making and things like that, and learning. So I take care of my brain, of my mental health. That's what I do. I try to eat healthy. I try to think positively. I meditate and I do things like that. And I listen to Native American flute music and other meditative frequencies at meditative sounds at the frequency of 432 when I rest at night. I say positive affirmations about myself and to myself, and I don't speak negatively about myself. And when other people speak negatively about me, I pay them no mind. I pay them no mind, because everyone who knows me, who really knows me, and who isn't a hater, of course, they know the person that I am. So I don't listen to what naysayers say, and neither should you. Neither should you. Okay? Favorable Child says, amen to that, Queen. I thank the Most High every day. Amen. Absolutely, beloved. Absolutely. So I wish you all peace, love, and blessings. Enjoy the rest of this night. I hope to see you all right back in the chat on the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show at 9 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, for your morning wake-up call. And I hope to see you on this channel tomorrow at some point. I'm not sure of the time yet, but I will be going live on here again. So enjoy the rest of this night. And until next time, Royal Family, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.